My name's Roy McIver. I'm the Operations Director for the North West, and I've been in the business for over 31 years. Really spending time with Anthony, actually feeling what it's like to be back on the tools and see if I can keep up with him, because not many people were quicker than me when I was on the tools. This is a new experience. I've often thought about doing it, and I've thought that it would be a good thing for senior managers to do it from time to time, just to keep in touch with the reality of what goes on at a site and how we can improve morale, work with the guys, and just generally improve the working environment. I'd like to understand what it's like being an apprentice and speak to Anthony about that, and if the company are providing everything that he needs to fulfil his apprenticeship. That's really what I want to understand, and see if we can do anything better in future development.
Anthony Shepherd. I'm a second year electrical apprentice out the Manchester branch, and I've been with NG Bailey for just over a year now. To be able to voice some of my opinions to Roy about what we do on site on a day-to-day basis, and try and get him to understand some of the difficulties that we overcome. Also be able to promote apprenticeships, because it's definitely something that I've never looked back on. I think it's a miles better path to go down for somebody with my trade to do it on the tools hands-on than to go to university, and then if you want to work your way up, do it from this level and try and do it like that, rather than going to university having never done it on the tools. Looking forward to working with someone who in theory should be one of the best and quickest electricians at NG Bailey.
Find that a lot easier.
Yeah. Especially it'd be good to take up stairs as well with the basket. Work really well with that.
Yeah.
Do you have a big ducting, or would you want to do
Especially like the laser.
Yeah.
We keep
drills.
Keep it locked at all times.
Handy tools, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's better than screwdrivers. So you pre-made these all to a certain length, numbered them up. Yeah. I found the experience really interesting, actually. Things have changed quite a lot since I was last on sites, particularly how organised they are and the plant and tools. But the environment's really, really similar, and it's brought back memories of the camaraderie with the men, having lunch with Anthony in the cabin, and listening to the guys talk it's been the real thing I've really enjoyed. The banter that goes on between the guys, and I think it keeps the morale up. And what's been impressive is Anthony doing the toolbox talk today. It takes a lot of guts to stand up in front of a bunch of guys like that and deliver a toolbox talk. So well done, Anthony. I thought that was a really, really positive thing to do.
The most daunting thing about it is going back to what Roy said about the banter on site, because I'm never going to hear the last of this when it's over off the lads, especially in the brew cabin. But it's been all right. It's been a change, something good. As the day's gone on, it's got a little bit better. So hope I've not done too bad.
We've got the afternoon to look forward to now, haven't we? And I can't wait to put those conduits in. When I was on the tools, everything was done off step ladders or trestles, which was a far less safe form of access equipment. Now it's all about podiums, which seem a lot more safer and easier to use actually than a pair of steps. Safety first and foremost strategy has definitely had an impact on the way sites are run. Today, the induction process that Paul Burgess carried out was fantastic, and I think inductions are so important to the engagement of the people who come onto a site. And obviously they've got to follow certain rules and understand why the safety first and foremost strategy is implemented and how it's implemented, and it's really pleasing to see that that's done so thoroughly.
Get used to it quite quickly once you start. I mean, you're not used to walking around with an hard out and glasses on and gloves all the time, but once a few days, few weeks, it just becomes second nature to put it on really, and then all the measures are really taken by your management.
Yeah, I do miss being on site and being on site with the guys. It's sort of like more real being here and tangible. You can touch it. Sometimes you feel as if you're in an ivory tower and you're making decisions about things that go on at site, and you're not actually here. So I think it's good that senior managers come back to the project and just see what it really is like. It does make a difference when you appreciate that and actually speak to the men and find out what their issues are, concerns, and work with them to find a good solution.
Is that when you're putting your straight lengths in, your productivity is
Pretty
up,
good.
but then whatever sort of software they use to do it, it doesn't take into account things like this, where you're a little bit slower.
Yes.
And that's where you've really got to think about it, and your access isn't great, and you've got to get that in. Yeah, I think it's given me the opportunity to voice my opinions of what I think about the site, and show Roy what we're doing on site, because I think it's been a long time since he's been down here doing it on the shop floor.
I do regular director safety tours, which are one thing, and it's, we do that probably once a month. But to actually get right down onto the shop floor and work on the tools with somebody like Anthony really does bring you a lot closer to the action. You know what's going on, and you can listen to, really talk to the guys, spend time with them. And I think that's the important thing, is just having that discussion. How's it going? What's going well? What's not going so well? How can we improve things? And having that dialogue, like Anthony says, is a really positive thing. And just being on the shop floor, hands-on, you can't get any better than that, to experience how things are going and what the morale's like on site, which is really useful to be in touch with that regularly.